Are you ready for a midnight mystery? Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land, and welcome to DC Fans United. So, I am checking out my second Alterna book as far as reviews. Now, I've wanted to talk about Midnight Mystery for a little while now. The team on Twitter that is behind Midnight Mystery is really nice. They pop up all the time. I think they follow me and vice versa, and like most of the creators, well, all the creators I've interacted with at Alterna, they're really nice. So this book is both written and drawn by Bernie Gonzalez. So this is basically his baby, this book. Um, I review a lot of comic books, obviously, and usually there's a whole lot of people that work on it, right? You have the penciler and the inker and the colorist and the writer and so on. Uh, in this case, he does have help in a letterer, so Wes Lotcher is the letterer, but I definitely get the impression that Brian Gonzalez is the real creative force behind this. So props to him. Making a comic book, let alone a four-issue mini limited series, essentially by yourself is not an easy thing to do. So I guess he would have done the coloring on this too. He's credited with all the art. So very cool. That's just something I wanted to make note of. So Midnight Mystery #1, Supernatural Suspense. So there are going to be some spoilers, I would say. Mostly I'm just going to kind of give you the tone and a little of what the story is about. I definitely recommend checking it out if you are a fan of like 1940s, 1950s style mystery comics. Um, I'm not going to lie, the pace is a little slow for me. I'm used to the adrenaline rush of superhero comics, but it's certainly well written and straightforward for the most part. So we're introduced, and really this is the first issue, so it's mostly introducing characters and setting things up. So the primary guy you're going to be dealing with is Ezekiel King, and he is a detective, and he investigates paranormal stuff as well as other things, apparently. And yeah, so it's kind of cool. He is just talking about initially, what if ghosts are real? Whether you believe or not, hear me out. And, going on and introducing all these paranormal things. Kind of interesting. I don't want to show everything too much. I think I'm going to have to show this page, though. It's important. So he goes, he gets a call and goes to this mansion. And he meets a guy named Jasper. And he's been taking care of the manor, the whole property and whatnot. And he introduces a bunch of plot points, which you're going to need to know. So this character here, he goes by the name, what was it, Count Olaf? Or Count Karloff. But anyways, he's an actor, and where is it? There's a particular panel, too, I wanted to look at. I don't think I got to it yet. But anyway, boy, there's a lot to this. You definitely will want to read it. It's relatively long. That's what I was saying, too. It's like one of those old school comics because it's very wordy. It's a bit like reading a mystery novel in a way. So the butler introduces this character who goes to Hollywood to be a famous actor, and he ends up becoming this kind of horror movie host. I don't know if my experience with that sort of thing is, what was it, Joe Bob Briggs used to do Monster Vision on TNT. So, yeah, it's kind of like that, but I guess a more sophisticated kind of actor type guy. But he would introduce horror movies, and that was his real claim to fame. So, it turns out, and let's see, I will skip a couple pages. I really encourage you to buy this book. So anyways, the butler asked the detective guy if he could find the son of the horror actor guy, Count Karloff. So this is where you get some good kind of gumshoe detective work. The detective goes and he interviews a whole bunch of different people who knew the actor, and eventually he gets a lead. So he follows up the lead. Oh, and he's walking the streets, doing the old school thing, going to the library, looking at newsreels and books and stuff. Well, probably not books, but periodicals and whatnot. Anything that has records. All right. Just to be fair, though, and this is basically created by one person. But one thing, though, if this were a DC comic or whatever, I would say this too. So, just being fair, I don't think this is a very good use of a page. You could have showed all this in one panel, maybe, instead of 3 panels. But it's fine because you have so many pages, and they do number the pages, which are nice. And of course, it's newsprint and color and everything. So, another thing too, if you don't know, Alterna books are generally very inexpensive. Well, they always are, but this was $1.50. They usually are $1.50. Some of the really large ones are $1.99. But I got these on sale too, so they were like $1.12. In any case, though, he actually finds old recordings. So this is where you see what he was really like. He's introducing a movie called The Hangman's Daughter, featuring Murder Mindy Masters on the new episode of Midnight Theater. So, it's pretty cool. Man, there's one panel, though, I wanted to show. I may have missed it. It's when he first goes to Hollywood. Oh, here it is. Okay. Sorry, I'm going back, but this is... All right, check it out. Check it out. The other book I reviewed, the other Alterna book, is called Tinseltown. And I'm going to do a review of issues 2 and 3, but check it out. Is that a little Easter egg? Some of you hardcore Alterna fans, let me know. But, does Midnight Mystery and, Tinseltown exist in the same universe? Or is that just a subtle nod to the other series? In any case, when I read that, I was like, no way, that's too cool. So, very subtle little thing, but it's even spelled the same way, though, with no space, just straight Tinseltown. So, I think that it was a reference to the other book. So anyways, he does his detective work, and he finds the son. So, this is the descendant of that guy. So, let's see. He talks to him, but the son isn't really too into it. And let's see. The detective meets up with one of his other detective friends. Okay, so I will show you kind of the end, because to me it really sold the book for me. I'm not going to lie, it was a little slow. I did like the detective work, and I read it a couple times. The first time I read it, I was like, meh. And although I liked the ending the first time through. And the second time through, I kind of got more of what he was going for with it, and came to appreciate it more, especially being created by, really one guy and his letterer. So anyways, I'll show you the end. The detective is really not sure he should bring the son to see the, Jasper guy at the mansion, because he wasn't sure. And the son didn't really want to go either, but they do end up going. And this is where things get exciting. And I did skip a few pages. They show more in between. But anyways, they arrive, and they're like, all right, what's the deal? Do I inherit this place or what? And he talks about, Karloff being dead. And then, he says, oh, yeah, and he's also called Mr. Blackwood. So he says, oh, no, Mr. Blackwood is neither dead nor buried. He's right here. And they're like, what the... And even the detective says, all right, this got weird real quick. Let's start backing up to the nearest exit. And then Jasper's like, excuse me, gentlemen. Gasses him. And that knocks him out. So, left it on a cliffhanger, very suspenseful. And see, the next issue is called Real Evil, which play on words there. So, pretty cool. I'm definitely going to get the next issue when I can. I know issue 2 is out now. So, pretty cool. I would recommend it. It's definitely worth the cover price. If you're into mysteries and whatnot, definitely. I get the impression too that the pace will pick up as it goes. A lot of times, first issues can be a little slow, and it's just the genre too. I have read some of the old school mystery books, and they're often like that. So if you like that sort of thing, I think you'd enjoy it. Oh, and one thing too, I was thinking when I was reading it, if you gave it to a young person like a kid, they'd probably be kind of bored with it. But it's actually got nothing in it that would be inappropriate for children. So, you know, at least this first issue, it wasn't too scary or anything. So maybe someone who's like 12 would be into it. And sometimes people underestimate kids too. I know I read books when I was a kid, so they may be into it. Another idea too, because like I said, it's really got nothing inappropriate for children that children couldn't handle, is you could go through and read it to them. If they were like 10 or under, even just read it, maybe do voices for the different characters, and you could do the spooky voices and stuff. I don't know, just a little idea. All right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Let me know if you've read Midnight Mystery, and if you did, what'd you think about it? Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell for notifications, and as always, thank you for watching and being a part of DC Fans United.